I've heard a lot of couples that, whether it was children of couples that broke up, or couples that justified breaking up because they fought too much. And, they say, oh, we did it for our kids. It's better for our kids' sake that they're not exposed to all this fighting, and we broke up for our kids. And there's some people that even, they were children of parents that broke up and divorced or whatever. And they think, oh, it was probably for the better because they used to fight so much. And then when they broke up, at least there was no more fighting. But I disagree with that logic. I disagree with that statement. I think there's a way better alternative. So if you're fighting and you don't like your kids being exposed to that much fighting, and it's getting to the point where you think maybe breaking up and divorcing is the right option so your kids stop getting exposed to all this fighting, there is a better alternative, and it's just stop fighting. So I know that sounds overly simplistic, but people don't realize it takes two people to fight. So, if you're the one that's thinking, man, this is not good, we're fighting too much, it's not good for the kids, well, have the courage and have the, the strength to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to participate in the fighting. So, your wife or your husband might want to keep fighting, and they might not even care, of the consequences on your children, but you should. And you shouldn't bite back. So if your husband or wife starts, speaking in a rude way or trying to, act in a way that's going to start a fight, just don't bite back. Just say, okay, no worries. There's lots of different techniques. You can use the silent treatment. You can just ignore them, walk in another room. You can say, hey, I'll talk about this when you're ready to talk respectfully, and then just, leave it there. Or you can try calmly reply. If they're angry and saying things nasty to you, try calmly. Just talk calmly back. If you're experiencing too much fighting and it's getting to the point where, oh man, we just don't get along, we're not compatible, we fight too much, maybe it's better for our kids' sake if we split up. No, just stop fighting. It's better for your kids' sake if their parents stay together, and just stop fighting. Now, you can't control your spouse. If they're not interested in changing their behavior for the benefit of the family and the children, you can't control them, right? But you can control you. So you stop fighting, you start demonstrating good behaviors, kindness, love, respect, whatever, and then trust God to fix the situation for you. And even if you don't believe in God, like whatever, still do it. Still keep your family together for your children's sake. It's better that, children grow up in a stable home than grow up in a broken home just so they wouldn't be exposed to fighting. Because children being separated from fighting in the short term, it might be better off for them that they're not exposed to all this fighting and drama. But in the long term, it's not going to be better off for them that, they grew up in a broken home without a mum or without a dad or whatever. Like, I get it. Sometimes you can't control it and it's already happened, and whatever, you make the best of it and it can still end up being a good situation. I get it. But if it's still in your control and you haven't broken up yet and you're just contemplating, maybe we should break up, we fight too much, blah, blah, blah. No, just stop fighting, right? Especially like, I don't want to sound sexist here, but especially if you're the man, there's more responsibility on you to take charge of the situation in terms of you exercise the self-control to stop fighting, right? It's if your wife is not interested in stopping fighting, well, you can't control that, but you can control you. Have the courage, have the self-control to stop fighting, stop biting back, and just detach yourself from those moments, those situations that normally result in fights, and just decide, no, I'm going to demonstrate patience, kindness, whatever, because I want to set a good example for my children, and I don't want to break up my family for my children's sake. It's illogical. It's illogical. Sometimes we feel trapped, and I'm not criticizing people that have made this choice or whatever. Like, I get it. Sometimes you feel trapped and you feel like there's no alternative. Like, we just fight too much, and maybe it's better for the kids' sake that we split up. I get it, but it's not actually the truth. I want to challenge that concept. It's not the truth. It's better for your kids' sake that you just stop fighting and stay together. And remember, it takes two people to fight. It doesn't matter how nasty the other person is being, whether it's the husband or the wife that always wants to fight and be argumentative. You have to participate in that argument to turn it into a fight. If you just detach, zip your lips, you can say something. I'm not saying to just sit there and cop abuse. You can say, hey, I don't appreciate this. We can talk about this later if you want, but if you're going to swear and attack me, then we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then just leave the room, go out for a walk or whatever, or just ignore it. There's many different techniques you can do, but that would be my recommendation. And my encouragement for everyone out there that's experiencing a lot of fighting in their marriage and they're thinking about splitting up for their kids' sake, don't do it. Have the courage to just take that initiative, be the bigger person and stop the fighting. And you might be surprised at how things turn around when your spouse realizes how patient and kind you're being towards them, even if, you know, they didn't make the first move to be a peacemaker. Remember, Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers. So you want to be a peacemaker in your home, not a contributor to the drama. All right, see you on the next one.